Lovely viewers, gather around because today's story has sent tremors across the entire Korean entertainment world, and fans simply cannot keep calm. Just a moment ago, Song Joong-ki dropped a cryptic post that has everyone talking, debating, and wondering if the message was aimed at someone we all know. Someone whose name has been woven into his story for years. Song Hye Kyo. It all started when Song Joong-ki posted a simple black and white picture on his Instagram story, paired with a haunting caption. Some love stories never find their ending, no matter how far you run. That's it. No explanation. No context. No emojis. Nothing. Yet somehow that single sentence spoke volumes. Fans instantly flooded social media with shock, confusion, excitement, and speculation. Was he hurting? Was he reminiscing? Was this a message about regret? Or was it directly connected to Song Hye Kyo? Within minutes, hashtags linking both of their names started trending. Old photos resurfaced, fan edits reappeared, and so many fans admitted that they had never fully moved on from this couple's history. Some even wrote things like, "My heart was healing, why did he post this?" And "Please don't tell me he still feels something. I'm going to cry." And honestly, who can blame them? The wording of his post felt personal, almost poetic, and painfully honest, like a sentence taken straight from someone's diary. What made everything even more intense was the timing. Song Joong-ki's message came at a moment when fans have been speculating about shifting emotions, unspoken feelings, and tension bubbling beneath the surface between him and his past. And as always, the internet did what it does best. It began to connect dots that weren't even visible. People started analyzing the lighting, the photo tone, even the font size, trying to interpret what this actor was thinking deep inside his heart. Some fans believe that the message reflects a moment of weakness, a memory resurfacing, or just an emotional reflection triggered by something happening in his life. Others insist that it must be related to Song Hye Kyo because of the familiar melancholy that has surrounded both of them since their split. Many pointed out how rare it is for Song Joong-ki to post something this vulnerable publicly. He has always been guarded, private, and careful, so this sudden burst of emotion left fans wondering what kind of storm he might be experiencing behind the scenes. But then came another wave of interpretations. Some fans argued that Song Joong-ki might be expressing gratitude for lessons learned, acknowledging a past that shaped him, rather than hinting at unresolved love. They wrote things like, "Sometimes you can appreciate someone even after things fall apart, and maybe he's just letting go of old pain." But of course, not everyone bought that explanation. Many insisted the words were way too personal, too emotionally charged, to be anything but a reference to someone special. What truly made the internet explode was how several fans connected the cryptic line, "Some love stories never find their ending," to the idea that some relationships, no matter how far apart the people grow, always leave a lingering echo. For fans of the Song couple, that echo has been ringing for years. Every time either of them makes a heartfelt post, the fandom revives the conversation as if their hearts never truly moved on. And this new post, it reopened that emotional chapter once again. Then came the theories, so many theories. Some fans suggested he may have encountered something recently that triggered old emotions. Maybe he watched a drama. Maybe he saw an old photo. Maybe he visited a place that reminded him of the past. Because emotions like that don't just surface out of nowhere. Others believe he might be responding to ongoing media discussions involving Song Hye Kyo's emotional journey. Some fans even wondered if the two crossed paths or exchanged words privately, leading him to reflect on everything that once tied them together. What deepened the mystery was how quickly he deleted the story afterward. Within minutes it was gone. And that only added gasoline to the fire. People immediately interpreted the deletion as guilt, second thoughts, or fear of misinterpretation. And let's be honest, nothing disappears faster than a celebrity story after they realize the internet is going to dissect it like a final exam. But of course, fans had already taken screenshots. The message lives on. The disappearance of the post actually fueled stronger reactions. Fans said things like, "If he deleted it, it means it was real." And, "He probably didn't want people to think he still has feelings, which means he might." The irony of deleting the message is that it drew 10 times more attention. Now everyone wants to know what made him share it and what made him take it down so quickly. Meanwhile, supporters of song Hye Kyo began expressing concern. Some felt the post might bring unnecessary attention and pressure to her, especially since she has been more open, emotional, and expressive recently. They fear the revived spotlight might stir conversations she may not want to revisit. Others, however, found the moment beautiful, saying, "If two people once loved deeply, of course there will always be memories. It doesn't mean they want to go back, it just means they're human." As the discussions intensified, fans on both sides created entire threads, videos, and deep analyses. Even relationship experts on social media chimed in, saying cryptic posts like this often reflect unresolved emotional weight. Whether it's about closure, longing, or healing, such messages rarely surface without reason. And to viewers like you who follow the emotional journeys of these stars, these moments feel like watching a drama scene unfolding in real time, but unscripted, raw, and unpredictable. Some fans took a softer, more empathetic approach, writing things like, "Even celebrities have heartbreaks they never fully process, and healing doesn't follow a timeline. Maybe he's just revisiting something quietly." Others, however, were convinced the message was a clear, indirect reference to song Hye Kyo. They pointed out how similar the tone was to past expressions of regret or emotional honesty. Even older interviews resurfaced where Song Joong talked about memories that stay with you forever. And then there's the part of the fandom that simply wants closure, even after all these years. They expressed how tiring it is to revisit old heartbreaks, but they also admitted something important. When it comes to love stories as iconic as theirs, emotions don't fade easily. Fans invested years into their journey, celebrated their union, struggled through their split, and still carry hope. Hope that perhaps some loose ends remain untied between them. So what happens now? Will Song Joong ever address the meaning behind his cryptic message? Will he clarify whether it was just an emotional reflection or something deeper? Or will he stay silent, allowing fans to read between the lines indefinitely? At the moment, he's made no follow-up posts, no clarifications, and no public appearances. And that silence, it speaks louder than the message itself. As hours passed, fans began re-watching old interviews and moments from Song Joong-ki's past, trying to catch subtle hints, buried emotions, or things he said that, in hindsight, seemed like unfiltered windows into his heart. Clips of him talking about what love means, how memories shape people, and how difficult it is to detach from someone who once meant everything resurfaced instantly. Some fans stitched these clips together with his recent cryptic message, creating emotional edits filled with soft music, longing glances, and quotes that tugged at the heart. Lovely viewers, you should have seen the comment sections. People from all over the world shared stories about their own heartbreaks, saying his post reminded them of unresolved love in their own lives. Some said things like, "This is how it feels when you move on but your heart remembers," while others admitted they cried because they understood the pain of carrying a love that doesn't disappear even when life pushes you forward. Suddenly, it wasn't just about Song Joong-ki or Song Hye Kyo anymore. It became a universal story, one that everyone who's loved deeply could relate to. But of course, the curiosity around whether he was referring to Song Hye Kyo didn't fade. Not even for a second. Fans also started paying attention to Song Hye Kyo's recent activity, trying to see if she reacted in any indirect way. Every like, every new follow, every story she posted afterward was examined like an important clue. And each time she remained silent, fans whispered, "Is she trying to avoid reacting? Is she aware of it? Does she feel anything at all?" The silence around her name only added more layers to the emotional mystery. What made everything even more intense was how news outlets started picking up the story. Entertainment portals posted headlines like, "Fans speculate about Song emotions," and "Song Joong-ki's cryptic post sparks discussion." Journalists began writing about how celebrities, just like everyone else, sometimes use social media as a tiny window to express what they cannot say directly. Experts weighed in too, explaining that some people revisit old emotions not because they want to return to the past but because healing is rarely straight. It loops, circles, and sometimes pulls you back to memories you thought were already quiet. Then came reactions from fans who never lost hope in the former couple. They flooded the internet with messages like, "Maybe this is a sign they still care," and "Love like theirs doesn't fade, it transforms." These fans began sharing old photos of the two together, remembering how natural, soft, and effortless their chemistry once was. Some even said they felt goosebumps because the tone of his message reminded them of the way he spoke during the early days of their romance, full of sincerity, depth, and vulnerability. But not everyone agreed. Another group of fans strongly argued for respecting Song Joong Ki's current life, urging people not to drag his past into every emotional expression he posts. They said things like, "He's allowed to feel without it being about someone specific," and "Let's not forget he's human, not a character in a never-ending drama." Their message was simple: allow him space. After all, posting something emotional doesn't automatically mean longing for a specific person. Still, whether anyone liked it or not, the world kept connecting it to Song Hye Kyo. The public had invested too much in their story, watched their on-screen chemistry bloom, saw their real-life marriage shock the world, and felt the heartbreak of their separation. When a love story becomes that iconic, it leaves permanent footprints on fans' hearts. And Song Joong Ki's cryptic sentence felt like someone stepping back onto that old path, even for just a moment. Meanwhile, social media analysts noticed something fascinating. Within 20 minutes of the cryptic post, searches for Song Joong Ki Song Hye Kyo spiked dramatically. People all over Asia, Europe, Africa, and America were typing their names together again. Forums revived old threads. Fan pages regained activity that had been quiet for months. It was as if his single sentence breathed life back into a story fans were reluctant to bury. Lovely viewers, conversations even reached emotional spaces like fan cafes, where loyal supporters wrote long posts discussing how heartbreak never fully disappears for anyone, whether celebrity or ordinary person. Many shared personal stories. Reunions, lost love, love rediscovered years later, love that ended but continued to echo through dreams and memories. They said Song Joong Ki's message didn't just spark gossip. It reminded people to be gentle with themselves, to understand their hearts better, and to accept that some connections stay with you forever, even when life forces you apart. And just when fans thought the situation couldn't get any more intense, something unexpected happened. A few insiders, though unconfirmed, hinted that Song Joong Ki might have gone through an emotional trigger recently. They claimed he may have been working on a project involving themes of heartbreak or nostalgia, which could have stirred old emotions. Another unverified whisper said he may have seen a picture, a message, or something symbolic that reopened a quiet corner of his heart. Of course, none of these speculations are confirmed, but fans clung to them anyway, analyzing every possibility as if solving the mystery of the century. Some fans voiced a softer theory. Maybe Song Joong Ki wasn't longing for the past but acknowledging its impact. Maybe his message meant that some chapters remain important even when the book has moved forward. That idea comforted many viewers, reminding them that closure isn't about erasing a person, it's about learning to live with what they meant. But the most emotional reactions came from fans who admitted they felt a mix of sadness, nostalgia, and hope. Messages poured in saying, "I didn't realize how much I missed them until now," or "Seeing him write something like that brought back all the emotions." For many, the cryptic post reopened a portal to memories of watching their love story unfold on screen and in real life, making them wonder what feelings might still linger between the two stars. As night settled and the online world calmed slightly, one question still floated through the air, heavy and persistent. Did Song Joong Ki write that message for someone specific, or was it simply a reflection of human vulnerability? Fans waited, refreshing his page, hoping for another post or explanation. But nothing else came. No clarifications, no follow-ups, just silence. An echo that felt both heavy and meaningful at the same time. Lovely viewers, that silence left room for imagination. It invited fans to think, interpret, and feel. And in that emotional stillness, the story continued to breathe. Because sometimes what isn't said speaks louder than what is. And sometimes a single sentence from someone we admire becomes the beginning of 1,000 conversations. As the online world continued to buzz, people began wondering what this silence truly meant. Was it intentional? Was it accidental? Did he delete the post because he regretted revealing something too personal, or because he knew exactly how people would interpret it? The lack of answers left fans stuck between empathy and curiosity, replaying the moment like a scene from a drama that ended right before the big reveal. Lovely viewers, what happened next took the conversation in a new direction. Fans started paying attention not just to what Song Joong-ki said, but what he didn't say. They began analyzing his entire posting history, searching for patterns in his emotional expressions. Some noticed how rare it was for him to write something poetic or vulnerable. Others pointed out that previous heartfelt posts usually connected to big moments in his life. This made the cryptic message feel even more intimate, almost like a confession whispered into the night. The fandom divided again, this time into 3 major groups. The first group believed the post reflected a moment of honesty that slipped out before he could control it. They thought he was probably reflecting on life, relationships, and the weight of memories that never truly fade. These fans expressed compassion, writing messages like, "Sometimes the heart speaks before the mind can silence it," and "Healing is not linear. We all revisit our past sometimes." Their comments created a gentle, comforting atmosphere, reminding everyone that celebrities are human too. The second group, however, was convinced it was about song Hye Kyo. They didn't even hesitate. They pointed to the tone, the wording, and the timing, saying it aligned too perfectly with the emotional themes surrounding Song Hye Kyo lately. They discussed her recent appearances, her soft expressions, the calmness in her demeanor, and how she too has been sharing emotional captions in recent months. Fans started connecting the two narratives as if they were puzzle pieces fitting together after years of trying to understand the picture. Some even noted something incredibly subtle, that both stars had been quieter than usual recently. To these fans, it felt like a storm was building privately in their lives, and Song Joong-ki's message was the first lightning strike. They shared reactions online like, "Their hearts are speaking louder than their words," and "There's something happening behind the scenes. I can feel it." But then, lovely viewers, the third group introduced a new type of speculation, one that caught many off guard. They suggested that Song Joong-ki may not have been referencing romance at all, but instead the type of love that comes from life-changing experiences. Loss, friendship, family, or even the emotional exhaustion that comes from constantly being in the public eye. They reminded everyone that celebrities often deal with overwhelming life changes quietly, and sometimes expression is their only outlet. This group urged fans to look beyond romance, saying things like, "Pain has many faces, and not every heartache has to be tied to an ex." They wanted to protect him from assumptions, emphasizing that emotional vulnerability shouldn't automatically be linked to past relationships. Still, no matter how hard they tried, the pull toward Song Hye Kyo remained stronger than anything else. Her silence, her grace, her calm presence, all of it made fans wonder if she too saw the post. Did it make her pause? Did it stir any old memories? Did she understand the weight of his words? Or did she simply brush it aside as another emotional expression from a distant chapter of her life? Lovely viewers, this became one of the biggest questions circulating online. Fans imagined her opening her phone, seeing screenshots of the message, and feeling something, anything. They imagined her heart tightening for a moment before relaxing again. Or maybe she didn't react at all, having already moved beyond that emotional space. But the possibility of even a tiny private thought crossing her mind drove fans into a frenzy.